Hey everybody, my name is Regina Miller and I'm just going to take a little time today with y'all and we're going to talk about these children. Where do we start? I'm a grandmother. I have one grandchild. I help my daughter with my granddaughter and I decided to change my life when I became a grandmother. I literally changed my life. Like I stopped dating, I stopped getting married, I stopped everything when I became a grandmother. I said it's time for a new life because I had phenomenal grandparents, right? So I had to be at least half of them as a grandmother because when I tell you I had grandmother role models, grandmother role models, I did. So there's no way I couldn't be a fantastic grandmother. So my daughter, she called me from Korea and said she was pregnant um, and had gotten married. And so me and my mom, we was shook. I was like, what? And I mean, she told me in the beginning, like when she knew she was pregnant for the first time. And of course, I'm a salon owner, so immediately I started shopping. I didn't know what the sex of the baby would be at first, but I did ask my daughter, I said, I need you to do the test. We need to know what it is going to be because I need to shop. Normally, I would try to be surprised with my own children, but with my grandchild, I said, I need to know what it is. I thought I was getting a little boy because I raised girls, so it was another girl. Immediately when she found out what the gender was, I started shopping. I set up a room in my home, and every day I would go to stores and just pick up things. It got so to when time for the baby shower, I couldn't take anything to the baby shower because I had it set up in a room, and I can post a picture for you all. I had it set up in a room so pretty, like a store. And it was so funny because my mom, she would sometimes come to the salon and they say she stepped out, and she would know exactly where to find me. One day my mother found me in Ross. She was like, I knew you was in here, and she went straight to the baby section. She said, I knew you was in here in the baby section. I thought that was the funniest thing ever that my mother found me in the baby section. And so Sumter, South Carolina is not a big city anyway, so it wasn't too many places I was going to be. I don't think it was Ross. I can't think of the name of the store. It was like an outlet, and it was next to where Kmart would be. Anyway, I can't think of the name. But anyway, my mother knew where to find me, and we laughed so hard in that store. Short story is, grandmothers are the real OGs, okay? Um, I immediately, closed my salon. Not immediately, but, I prepared to close my salon, change my life, and be a full time grandmother. I told my daughter's in the military, so I told her, I said, I can travel with you. For the first year, me and my mom, we took the baby. Literally, we took the baby. I knew my daughter didn't know what to do with no baby, so. And then I wanted her to focus on, she had just got in the military, so I wanted her to focus on her military career. And so what she needed to do to, be a mother and a employer now. Things change when you become a mother, okay? And she was going through a divorce, so it was just a lot she was going through. And I said, I'll take the baby. I'm self-employed. I can do more than you. I've done this already. I know what this is like. I don't want you to go through what I went through as hard as I went through it. So it's a new day. We don't have to struggle anymore. So I got you. Me and my mom, we joined forces in something South Carolina. We was like, okay, I got you. My mom was still working at the nursing home, being a nurse, and I was in a salon. And me and my mom, we just worked the situation out where we could help my daughter. She was in Maryland, we was in something South Carolina, and we had the baby, and we enjoyed the baby. And I'm so glad I had those moments with my mom and my granddaughter, my first grandchild, my only grandchild, because me and my mom were super duper duper tight. And for me to have those moments of a newborn baby and share with my mom, I'm telling you, I am blessed. I am blessed, okay? My mom literally loved my granddaughter like she was her own. And to see her with a great grandchild, because that was a great grandchild for her, a grandchild for me. I mean, my granddaughter loved my mother so much that she would she would be like, okay, bye, abuela. Like, she would be with my mom and tell me bye, okay? And she don't tell me bye to nobody, but she would say bye when it came to my mama. And so, like, 3 days a week, I worked in a salon for a year. I said, I'm only going to do 3 days. And those 3 days, my mom helped me. She watched the baby while I went to the salon. And, I just did what I had to do to take care of my granddaughter. And then I just was like, you know what? I knew what a mother needed going through things. My daughter was just going through a divorce and all this stuff. And I said, what I needed my children every day. I needed to look at them. That gave me strength. So I got to the point I told my mother, I said, we're going to go to Maryland. I'm prepared to go to Maryland. I'm going to close the salon and we're going to head on to Maryland. I said, is it okay? I know you need us too, because my mother was not in the best of health. And I said, Lord, it's like a jungle sometimes. I'm juggling. Do I stay here and care for my mom, or do I go and care for my daughter? So me and my mom had the conversation. My mom said, go and be with her and help her with that baby, because remember, I helped you. She said she needs you. She said, I'm going to be all right. And I prayed to God. I said, Lord, if you can just get me to my mom once a month from Maryland to something every month, I need to look in my mom's face, then I'm okay with moving. And God said yes. And that's what I did. Me and my grandbaby, we was on that road once a month to come down to see my mom. I'm talking about, I don't even want to see highways no more, okay? And it worked out. It worked out. Everything worked out. And my daughter, I could see her excelling, because she had her daughter and her mother. And that's a backbone. She got to look at her beautiful daughter every day. She got to know that her mom had her back. And so that is the joy and the start of me living with my daughter. And it's 12 years later, and I'm still here. And I think we reunited with my daughter when my grandbaby was, she was a couple of months old. She might have been, honestly, she might have been, whew, I don't know. I can't think back, but I know I've been with them. I've been with my granddaughter for 12 years, and she's 12. She never left my side. I don't know. I can't remember when we joined her mother, but I always had my granddaughter.